In this video, I'm going to be talking about a couple things. So number one, this is an actual hitting tips video, but it's also like a warm-up video. How to warm up, how to get better at hitting, just overall how to practice. So we're going for 1,000 or more likes on this video. I don't ask for that a lot, so we're going to see if we hit it. If we do, awesome. If we don't, I just appreciate you guys being here nonetheless. Feel free to subscribe if y'all are new on the road to 60,000 subscribers. If we hit that before June 1st, we're giving away $100. Feel free to follow on any of those social medias. If you guys want to, use code TWIN on controlfreak.com. I definitely recommend Control Freaks for hitting. My favorites so far are the Galaxy. I have the purple Galaxy, and I kind of go between the higher one and the lower one, just kind of depending on how I'm feeling that day. I've also used Vortex and Omni, and just so far the Galaxy are my favorite. If you guys have any recommendations, feel free to let me know those and the ones you use down in that comment section, or try to let some other people know which ones you recommend and maybe why. So two things before we get into this video. Number one, my second channel is in that description. It's just Twin. If you guys want to check it out, feel free. I'm trying to upload some other baseball and MLB content on there, so feel free to check it out. We're super close to 3,000 subscribers. We could even hit it today. Number two, my boy Tulo, his channel is going to be down in that description, and for part of this video, we're going to be using his sliders that he posted on Twitter, and I'll explain those and why he uses them, why they should hopefully work well for you. So be sure to check out his channel. He's one of the best players in the game. So when you're on the main menu for MLB The Show, okay, go all the way over to options, user settings, and then my sliders, and then we're just going to go to adjust sliders. Now whenever you make these, you can save them so you don't have to adjust them every time. Personally, I adjust them every time I go into batting practice, just so I know for a fact that they are there. Like, I could load them and everything, but this is just how I do it. So when you're on the sliders, okay, you want to go all the way down to computer pitcher control. You want to turn this all the way up. You want to turn their consistency all the way up, their strike frequency all the way up, their fastball pitch speed all the way up, and then the off-speed pitch speed all the way down. So for these two things, okay, fastball, you want it to be as fast as possible just so you can get used to faster timing for those higher difficulties, and it's going to help overall increase your reaction time. Now, the reason you want off-speed pitch speed all the way down is because you want to be able to sit off-speed, react off-speed, so that you're not thrown off by the timing. You want the fastballs to be as fast as possible, the off speed to be as slow as possible, so that you're able to adjust, you're able to recognize, hopefully, if it's a fastball or an off speed, and then when it is an off speed, be able to wait back and time up those off speed pitches. On Tulo's channel, I think he also has a video explaining his sliders, but I don't know 100% why these are like this. If I had to guess, it's probably just going to be so the computer's around the strike zone as much as possible while you're in batting practice, and also you're going to be getting as many pitches to hit as possible, because we're practicing hitting right now. Like, we do want to lay off balls and everything, but we're more so practicing our timing on fastballs and off-speed pitches. So we want the computer to throw as many hittable pitches so we can get as much practice as we can. And then once you back out of these, you actually want to hit X to apply them. Sorry, you don't want to hit circle, you want to hit X to apply your sliders. Okay, and then if you want to, you can save the settings. I already have a version of these saved, but like I said, I just always adjust them as I go. And then if we go ahead and check my sliders, adjust sliders, you guys can see that they're going to be on the ones that I have set. Now, the first method of practicing / warming up, the main one that you probably will want to be using is custom practice. So on the mini modes page, you go to custom practice, and personally, because, you know, I struggle against Kluber, I'm going to go ahead and choose the Rangers for the team that I'm going up against, so we can face Corey Kluber. And then for hitters, you can do whatever you want. I'm probably just going to do maybe the Groundbreakers, right? You can do kind of whichever team you want. I'm going to go to Ship It Stadium. That's the one I probably play in the most. I feel like majority of my games seem to be Ship It, whether I'm home or away. So we're going to go here. I'm just going to do June for the time of day, and we're going to enter practice mode. So once we're in practice, we're going to create our play, hit X on that, and then hit X on practice options, go to batting. If you want to, you can repeat the play so you have the same hitter. I don't repeat the play just because I like having different hitters, but as y'all can see, Kluber is going to be on the mound. And then in options, now I'm going to go over this a little bit before I just get a few at bats in, but gameplay, you want the hitting difficulty. I would recommend on legend, just so it's going to be the hardest difficulty. For my in-play offense, I use medium. I don't think it truly matters. That's just my personal preference. But your hitting view, if you guys want to be the best that you can be, I would recommend strike zone. This is what majority of the top players use, so I would recommend strike zone. You don't have to, but I have just found that to be the best camera angle for hitting, but you also don't have to use it. You can use whichever one you're most comfortable with, but I recommend strike zone. For my PCI, my plate coverage indicator, the center, I switch it up every now and then. I've been using diamonds recently. Sometimes I use the circles or altitude. Diamonds is what I'm rocking with right now. My inner is wedge. I don't have an outer at the moment. PCI color, I'm using cyan. My transparency, I typically keep it 100. And then fade out, sometimes I do outer, sometimes I do inner and outer, but for now I'm just doing outer, so it has the wedge and the center of it at all times. So we just changed our sliders before we went into custom practice. If you guys go into any other mode, Diamond Dynasty, Road to the Show franchise, like if you do anything else, your sliders will go back to the default settings. So every time before you go into custom practice, you either need to adjust your sliders or load the saved ones that you have so that they're going to be applied. Unfortunately, there is no way to adjust your sliders on the custom practice menu. That's why you do have to make sure they're applied before you go into custom practice every time. And for PCI placement, okay, some people start theirs kind of low, some people start it high depending on the handedness. What I have found to work best for me is usually starting kind of up and to the left a little bit, even like righty or lefty. And this is why we're having the off speed super slow, the fastball super fast, because I need to get my timing down, right? I have been playing on all-star difficulty, veteran difficulty, rookie difficulty through moments and stuff like that recently. So I need to adjust. That's one reason I wanted to do this video today, because I know what the good practice is. I know how to do it and everything, but I haven't been doing it. So I need to get back on my game. I need to be practicing so that I can do better in ranked seasons. That's why we're doing it today. And this is why I don't have repeat play on, because I want to get righties and lefties up. And I'm just going to be starting my PCI up a little bit and to the left a little bit. And I have found that for me personally, that allows me the best range of my PCI. I can usually adjust inside. I can usually adjust outside. Like I can adjust high, low. It's just a matter of getting my timing down. Now, I'm not going to sit here and show you guys, you know, a whole bunch of reps, a lot of batting practice. I'm not going to make this a video of me practicing, but like if you can get your timing down on fastballs and off-speed pitches, it's definitely going to help you out. And my recommendation would be, if you can, before you sit down to play online games, like whatever you're going to be doing on MLB The Show, if you can, try to do this practice for 15 minutes to an hour. Like try to get maybe half an hour in every single day that you're going to be playing the show. Before you start playing, just try to get some practice in. And I feel like in no time, you guys are going to start seeing some improvements. Like right there, like our timing, I think we're a little bit late on that one. Yeah, a little bit late. So we got to get the timing down. We need to move the PCI. And another good thing about this is you can make adjustments as you go. If you notice you're chasing certain pitches, you can really focus on trying to lay off of those. If you notice your timing's bad on certain pitches, you can really try to work on that. So it's a good way to practice hitting, seeing different pitches, seeing different pitchers. You can change team. You can change the pitchers. If we wanted to create the play, we could go down here and change the pitcher we're seeing if we wanted to. So that's nice. And it's just a good way for you to practice hitting and make adjustments pitch to pitch, batter to batter, pitcher to pitcher. It's a really, really good way to practice and see a lot of different pitches, styles, pitch types, and just get a lot of reps in. Look at that. See? That's why we have it so slow. I need to recognize the off-speed pitch. That's something that I definitely struggle with. I'm out in front of off-speed a lot when I'm playing on those higher difficulties, so hopefully that's going to help me out. One thing, too, is you guys can see there's a count up in the top left, and the approach of the plate that I try to take if I can, like right now I'm not doing it super well, which is why I'm practicing. The approach that I try to take at the plate is I wait for hittable pitches. So I try to wait for a pitch kind of down the middle, usually not high, usually not low if I can help it, but try to wait for something down the middle, a hittable pitch. And I try to wait for that until 2 strikes. If there's 2 strikes, I kind of need to wait for a strike and be protecting so I don't strike out looking. But otherwise, I'm trying to wait for a hittable pitch just like that one. So with that count in the top left, and just this practice mode, you're able to practice your approach at the plate as well. So this is just a really good way to work on pretty much every aspect of your hitting game. Also, this is another good time to experiment with your PCI, the transparency, the color of it, the inner, the center, you know, stuff like that. It's just a good way for you to experiment with different settings as well. You could try out 2 different camera angles. You could try strike zone 2. You could try out different things, and there we go. My PCI placement's good. My timing's good. Like, I'm definitely feeling myself starting to get more comfortable. Obviously, you know, this pitch I could get a curveball and be way out in front, but I am starting to feel myself get a little bit more comfortable and getting the PCI more to the ball, getting my timing down a little bit more. So we've only been doing this for a few minutes. I already feel myself starting to get better. And that's probably the number one question I see in my comment section, is how to get better at hitting. And my answer is super simple. It's practice. Now, this is, in my opinion, one of the best, if not the best ways to practice. But the only way you're going to get better is practicing, just getting as many reps in as you can. And especially even back in MLB 15, top guys like Pitching Rebel used to spend hours on end getting thousands and thousands of reps in on legend difficulty, using batting practice to see more pitches, to get used to the pitch speeds, PCI placement, reacting to different types of pitches. And this is truly the best way to get better, is practicing. So I think we're just going to have this at bat. It looks like Mickey Mantle right here. I think I'm just going to do this at bat, show you guys the entire thing, and then I'm going to show you guys the other way. Okay, well, there it is. Maybe one more batter. I kind of want to get one more in, but then I'm going to show you the other way that I sometimes like to practice, sometimes like to warm up. It's not my favorite, but it's kind of a fun way. Look at that. I'm way out in front of the curveball, man. That's definitely what I need to be working on, is my off-speed pitches. That's a big thing for me right now. There we go. That's better. Now, I definitely started my swing a little bit too early, but I was able to lay off an off-speed for a ball, so I'm happy about that. But I need to be adjusting and getting my timing down on those, while also still being able to catch up to a fastball, which wasn't good right there. I'm way late on it, man. Come on, baby. Throw me something hittable. 2 strikes, had to protect. See, I definitely need practice. I need to be doing this. I need to be taking my own advice and be practicing before I hop into more ranked seasons. So the other way that I like to practice and that I like to warm up is through challenge of the week. And the main reason I like this is because you can progress through different difficulties, with the highest one being legend difficulty. So you do get some practice on legend. Obviously, you don't have the sliders and everything like you do for custom practice, so it's not nearly as good. Plus, you know, if you don't make it to the legend difficulty, you're not getting the reps on legend. But I do like to practice on challenge of the week sometimes. It's a nice way to warm up, just because you're seeing a lot of different pitches. You're seeing different pitch types. You're seeing balls, strikes. It helps your eye. It helps your pitch recognition a little bit. And it's just kind of a fun way to warm up and a fun way to practice. If you're truly trying to just get better, I would definitely recommend the custom practice, legend difficulty with sliders turned up. But for me, this is just a nice way to warm up and practice a little bit. Try to get my timing down, my PCI placement down, and my pitch recognition down. So if you guys are looking for another way, custom practice is definitely good. And I'm chasing a ball right there, kind of disappointed in myself on rookie difficulty, but you know, it's nice being able to progress through different difficulties, see different pitches, different locations, try to work on my eye, my pitch recognition, and all that good stuff. Wait back on breaking balls like we did right there. And it's just a nice way to get some practice in, some extra practice, and warm up a little bit. I'm hoping that this at least helped you guys out a little bit. One thing that I do want to mention before we go is control freaks. Why do I use them? Why do I think they're helpful? So for me, control freaks, I feel like it helps me have more accurate PCI placement. It just allows me a little bit, you know, more precision, I feel like is the best way to put it. Sometimes I feel like I can be a little bit quicker getting to the ball as well, but overall I feel like it helps me have more precision with my PCI. I try to have like the kind of tip of my thumb on the middle of the PCI and just use that to try to be as accurate with my PCI as possible. And for me, overall, I just feel like control freaks help me have as much precision as possible. And after using them, if I tried taking it off and going back to the normal analog stick, it just feels super clunky. I feel super inaccurate. I feel like I drop my PCI more and just don't get to the ball nearly as well. So that's why I like them. I feel like I'm a little bit more precise. I feel like it helps me get the PCI on the ball easier, more accurately, and just more often. So I'm definitely interested to hear if you guys use control freaks, which ones are your favorites down in that comment section. Maybe give some recommendations for other people. Again, code TWIN if you guys do want to try checking them out for a little bit of a discount. And the ones that I'm personally using and loving right now are the Purple Galaxy, and for the most part I'm using the higher one on my left analog stick for hitting. In terms of pitching, I don't use one too often. Every now and then I'll try one out, but typically I don't use one on that right analog stick. So feel free to leave a like, subscribe, comment anything down below. Maybe comment if this helps you out at all. Pretty much just go into custom practice, sliders turned up for the pitcher, fastball speed turned down for the off speed, and then have the control, strike consistency, and that stuff turned all the way up. Just use those sliders that I showed you guys at the beginning and go into custom practice, legend difficulty. Maybe choose Kluber or just another pitcher that y'all struggle against. I'll see you next time. Social medias, all that good stuff. I think I've already covered that. Hope you all have a fantastic rest of your day. As always, I appreciate you watching. Peace out.